All right, we're back for the start of the lesson here. So this recall means that you have probably will remember this from years in the past. So a number's absolute value is the distance from zero. So we're just always absolute value. We always want to think about how far are we from the zero mark. So how many units is 3 away from zero? 3, just 3. A lot of times you'll see this as bars. So absolute value of 3 equals 3. How many units away from 0 is negative 2?
2.
2. So absolute value of 2 is 2. How many units is negative 1/2?
Absolute value of 1/2.
Which is 1/2. And root 2, still just absolute value of root 2, which is root 2. We can do the same thing now with equations or expressions here that involve variables. So if we have absolute value of x equals 7, well, we're looking what values have a distance of 7 from your number line. So we can look 7 units this direction or 7 units this direction. So we could say that either this value here can be positive or this value here can be negative. So x can be either plus or a minus 7. So we get 2 solutions. Now, what about this one? What happens when you have a minus 4 here?
It means that the whole thing inside of it could be negative, or the whole thing inside of it could be positive.
So if this whole thing's positive, I can just leave it like this. If the whole thing is negative here,
you do negative x, or just negative parenthesis x minus 4, which is the same thing as negative x plus 4.
So you distribute that negative 1 through. So negative x plus 4 equals 13. So now we have 2 to solve here. So we'll go back to this first one, add 4 to both sides, and we get x equals 17. And here,
negative x equals 9.
Equals 9. And then to get rid of that negative there,
you divide by negative 1, so x equals negative 9, and x equals positive 17.
There's our 2 solutions. Okay, we have this one here, which is looking a little bit more complicated. I want you to always think before we do our split of positive and negative solutions, we want to isolate our absolute value. So this would be a good challenge problem. So we want to get rid of everything else. So I'm going to first add 6 to both sides. So now I have 2 absolute value, x plus 6 equals, these are gone, 26. Now to get rid of that 2, divide by 2. Absolute value of x plus 6 equals 13. And now that our absolute value is isolated, we can do the split that Bella was talking about. So you have the positive solution here equals 13, or the negative solution.
Negative x plus 6, or negative x minus 6 without the parentheses.
So if we go back here and solve this one, we can minus 6. And that is 7. And here, if we add 6 to both sides, we have negative x, 19. And there's our 2 solutions. Well, next, we are going to talk about just the absolute value function. So if we take a look at this absolute value function, we're going to fill in a table first. So this means these bars mean absolute value. So what's the distance negative 3 is away from 0 on the number line?
3.
Yeah, positive 3 units. What about negative 2?
Positive 2.
Negative 1?
Positive 1.
0?
0.
1?
1.
2?
2.
And 3.
3.
So now we can graph these points. So negative 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Negative 2, positive 2. Negative 1, positive 1. 0, 0. And what do you notice? What shape is it forming?
It's a V.
It's a V. What do you notice about these points? So we could say it's V shape.
They're all positive.
All of our Y values are positive.
Mm-hmm.
It's also opening up, right? It opens faced up and up, opens up. This name right here has a special name. That's actually called just the vertex. All right. That's it for now. We'll come back to do some graphing calculator stuff. So get your graphing calculator ready.